But right now we're going to bring on, and let me go ahead and make her co-host, our next speaker who's going to come to the stage. And we're so excited that she's going to be here with us. Let me just make sure that she is able to turn her camera on. So Virginia, if you would go ahead and turn your camera on and unmute yourself just to make sure that we can see you and hear you.
Okay. There I go.
There she is. Yay. I love it. All right, y'all. We're going to keep this thing moving with our final two speakers for this morning. And then we're going to take a brief break and let you refresh, rejuvenate, re-energize, get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, a snack, whatever you might need. And you might want to go ahead and call in your Uber Eats right now. If you know, because we here till 6. I'm just saying. So call in your Uber Eat order now for lunch, or make your tuna sandwich, or whatever you got to do so you don't have to go too far. But this next speaker is Virginia Dale Manning, and her topic is Shift the Struggle and Set the Victory. Sis, the stage is yours.
Yes, thank you. I so much appreciate your patience and everybody else's diligence of showing up and showing out today, because this is just a true testament that you are ready to overcome those struggles, right? And so it is 2021, and a lot of us have been focusing on how the change and the struggles in 2020, and we're trying to get to this 2021 to our victory, right? And so a little bit about me: I'm a mental wellness advocate and a therapist for over the past 10 years. And I love what I do. I love helping people overcome those mental challenges that's keeping them in those struggles and keeping them from their victories. I'm the founder of the PUP community, where we empower women to live a life of calm and confidence so that they can go and live in a space of peace, tranquility, and live in their victory, right? So that's what I love to do. So today I am about to enlighten you on 3 tips to get to your victory, right? We've been in a struggle. Now it's time for our victory. And you know, we hear people, well, I hear people all the time, because I'm about to share 3 things with you that I'm passionate about. And so I talk about it a lot. But the first thing I'm about to share, I hear people all the time when I talk about this one first tip to victory, is they say that it's impossible. And that's balance. People say it is impossible to live a life of balance. And guess what? No, it is not impossible. In my early 20s, I was a mother with 4 kids, a single mother with 4 kids. And my routine, I was on this hamster wheel of work, school, kids, work, school, kids. It was overwhelming. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I had to learn how to balance my life, okay, to get to my victory. So let me tell you how it works for anybody. Your balance would not look like my balance, right? So when I say balance, I mean, our lives are different. There are different things that we do. So of course, your balance will not be the same exact components of my balance. And some people may feel like they don't need balance. But let me tell you, balance worked for me. When you are a single parent with a lot of components and you're trying to get to the victory, you can't stay stuck on one thing, which is what my balance was. I was stuck on work, school, kids, work, school, kids. And guess what I left out? I left out me. I left out making sure I was well and whole and doing some of the things that I liked so that I could continue to have a smoother path to victory. Because that's basically what it's about, right? We want the victory, but we want it to be smoother. We don't want to always have to struggle, right? We don't have to struggle to get to victory. That's what a lot of people think. Oh, you have to struggle. When you struggle, that means you're going to get to the victory. Why do I have to struggle? Why can't my victory be smooth? Why can't my life be balanced? Why can't I get off of this hamster wheel of all of these tasks and all of these struggles and all of these things that I have to go through to get to my victory? Okay, so number 1 is balance. Your balance would not look like anybody else's balance, but balance is important. Okay, and that's why coaching is important. That's why having a community of women who empower you is important, because your balance doesn't look like theirs, but at the same time, they can set the example, and they can help you to set your place on what you need to get to your victory. Okay. So number two, another saying is that people say it takes a village to raise a kid, right? To raise a child. Well, guess what? It takes a village to get to your victory. Okay. Who's in your village, right? Is it positive? Are they people that's cheering you on? Are they people with the same mindset that you have, right? It's important to be in the same space with people who have the same mindset, because if you're hanging with people who don't have the same mindset as you, they're going to always feel like you need to stay in your struggle. Why? Because they're in the struggle. They don't understand how to get to the victory. They don't understand that, you have to do things to get to the victory. And when you're trying to get to the victory, it doesn't mean I'm not who I used to be. It just means that I love being in a victory. Why do I have to stay in the struggle? Get to your victory. You need people who are reassuring. You need a cheer team. Are they on the same course as you are on? Now, it's not saying you have to get rid of all of your old friends, right? But it just means you have to balance. Like, you shouldn't have a whole bunch of negative friends, on your team, instead of having other people on your team that's going to enlighten you, who's going to empower you, who's going to say, you know what? It's okay that you've been through that struggle. But guess what? It's time for us to get to this victory, right? It's not time for us to separate because you want victory and you want more. You have to be with people who understand your millionaire mindset. Because if they don't understand that millionaire mindset, and that's your mindset, which it should be if you're trying to get to the victory, you are with the wrong people. Your support team needs to be reconfigured. It needs to be revamped. It needs to be set on the type of people, the village that's going to get you to your victory, that's going to be supportive, that's going to be there for you, that's going to help you out and reassure you that it's okay to struggle. But now let's get to that victory. And I want to see you in your victory, right? So, number one, balance. Number two, you need a support team that's positive, that's going to help you get to your victory through your struggles. And then number three, you need some real, authentic empowerment. What are you feeding your mindset, right? Is it empowering? Are you being positive? Are you uh, clicking with people who's going to feed you the knowledge that you need to be who you need to be to get to your victory? Are you being positive? And I'll tell you, I have 4 college degrees, okay? And you would think that would be empowering. But I tell you, at least 2 of them I've never used. And I say that because it's not only about reading books, getting the college degrees, going to this training, going to that training, but it's about coaching and being around like-minded people, strong people who don't try to keep you held hostage in your struggle, but they try to empower you to get to your next level of success. And that's what I'm talking about. You need balance, you need a positive support team, a cheer team, and you need empowerment. And whatever your empowerment looks like, that's your empowerment. Because guess what? Your struggle isn't my struggle. Your struggle isn't Dr. Cheryl's struggle. Your struggle isn't any of the other speakers that's on this call today struggle. But at the same time, we all want the victory. So you have to do what you need to do to get to your victory. Okay? Balance, support team, empowerment. And I have been really manifesting on this Proverbs 31:25. We talk about being the Proverbs 31 woman, but verse 25, which says she was clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear. Oh, come on now, that is powerful. So let's talk about that strength part, right? What do you need to be the strong woman that you need to be outstanding and to be empowered and to live a life of balance, empowerment, and to have a support team that's going to get you to your victory? What strength do you need to build? I tell you, as a single parent, on that hamster wheel, I had to really sit back and think about, what do I need to be strong? Not just for myself, but I had 4 kids that were looking up to me to stay strong. Now, being strong and having strength doesn't mean that I didn't cry a lot of times, because there were a lot of times I cried. There were a lot of times I did not want to get up out of that bed at 6 o'clock in the morning to get them cheering, not children, you hear me? To get them cheering, ready for school, so that we could walk around the corner to drop them off to school. And then for me to walk to Lamar University so I can get my schooling. You see what I'm saying? So you have to have that strength. I did it. I persevered, but there were things that I had to do. I had to balance my life. I had to get my support team. And guess what? My support team wasn't my family. So don't get it twisted. A lot of people think, oh, my family should be there for me. My family should be supporting me. Why don't they support me? And they get in this rut and they get stuck about those struggles of their family not supporting them, and they lose their chance for victory. Support systems did not come from my family, because guess what? They were stuck in that mindset of poverty. With me, myself, I was on that mindset of being a millionaire. So you have to be around that support system that doesn't have to be family. I started clicking with joining, as a teacher, I went into the field of being an educator. So I started joining organizations for teachers. I started using the mentors that the school district provided. I started using the mentors that I felt were strong and had that strength on campus. So I used my resources that was not my family, and it worked. And then I started thinking about, how can I be a woman of dignity? You know what? Those struggles, people will try to define you by your struggles. But I refuse to let people define me by, the first struggle was that the statistic about teenage mothers, because I had my first kid at 16. So you need to be empowered, strength, dignity, and make sure that you laugh without fear. Laugh about those struggles. Get to your next set place of victory. Don't let your struggles keep you stuck in your victory. So if you are like I am and stuck on this Proverbs 31:25, she was clothed with dignity, strength, and laugh without fear, then I want you to connect with me. I want you to join me on a Pave the Way connection call. If you go to bit.ly/connection call 15, I want to help you see what you can do to help you overcome your struggles and get to your set place of your victory in 15 minutes. bit.ly/connection call 15. And I can't wait to talk to you, because we're going to get rid of those struggles and set ourselves on a path to victory.
Awesome. Come on, y'all. How many times do you need to hear the word victory to know it is time for your victory? Y'all go ahead and give some love. Give her some love in the chat. Give